Should be like some African drums. African war music, dude. Okay. That happened. The observer.
Define the cloud table.
I don't understand. It's not computing for me.
It's in here.
I'm gonna put a breakpoint right there. Go back to the test. It's called clean tables. process has your topics regarding. When would this? There's that return never got hit. This over here. That never returned in there. It doesn't have any room to. I'm confused. Hey, Akil. Why are you learning C programming? That's pretty low level. That's weird. I ran it the second time and it passes. Interested in robotics. That's cool. I uh I kind of worked with robotics, kind of. I used to work with programmable logic controllers at Allen Bradley, well, also known as Rockwell Automation. And that was a long time ago. Specifically, software that controls the factory floor, from pharmaceuticals to amusement parks to production lines. So, um, I'm curious if there's any professional products that are written in Rust to accomplish robotics. Like, for example, the Roombas, right? The the cleaning machines, even like the COVID uh, disinfecting machines. It's a company called Xenon. Hold up. Yeah, Xenon Bot. No, that's not it. What's the name? COVID disinfectant. Something like that. Xenix, that's the name of it. Strike Force. Yeah, so I mean, they have these robots too that clean hospital rooms, and I wonder if they're actually. I mean, like, I know firmware. It's probably the right firmware in like C or C++. I don't like that. I'm just curious if C is outdated now, and if Rust is just more productive. I'm sure assembly language is the fastest, right? C is second fastest. Hey Odie, how are you? Odie, this is your first time ever like dropping in on my streams. And Odie, let me know if you wanna chat on the stream. I can send you an invitation if you like. It's up to you. So did I run this yet? It should hit a breakpoint within the next 5 seconds. Specifically on me trying to find that record for a payment intent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe not. So we place the order that shows up in here now. Akil, I hear Google Microsoft is using Rust. Yup, you're doing great. So then we got to do the courier deliver. Okay, so let's look at our payment intent. And we have data here. This request ID, which is our partition key, is 3B7. Oh, that's not right. This is completely different. I don't know what is 33C? What's 33C? Is that a... No, it's not that. What is 33C? Hold on. This request ID is not right. put a breakpoint on this block right here. And I'm hitting F9, and it's not letting me put a breakpoint on there. Or why won't you let me put a breakpoint on there? F9, F9. Put F9 right there. Why won't it put me? Hold up. I wish there was a way that I could, like, even though this is asynchronous, I want to figure out who the client is to this. This get payment attendant is kind of like redundant, right? Unless it's query intent. Yeah, this is redundant. All right, so let me do some things on here. This right here, comment that out and see what errors I get back. Okay. And then I get all these other errors. Okay. This capture, I don't know if I need this right here. I'll put a breakpoint here anyway. Cancel, we don't care about that. Okay. Run that. Go back to our tests over here. It looks like there's a couple of things. Courier service needs to be reran. Test needs to, we need to do a cleanup. Should just hit run. Okay. Then we can do a customer places order request. But yeah, we need to clean up our stream too. We don't have to clean up our stream, but it'll make things a lot more obvious. Here's that 33C right here. Courier deliver. Oh. We'll try it again. Hold up. Okay. So we should be golden for right now. all that stuff is deleted. And if I go back, the services are running. Customer places order. Run that. And then after the customer places order, we want to run the script for courier delivering the order. Okay, so then we say deliver, courier payout after delivery. All right, and let's figure out why our payment intent is not being found. Because right now, if we go to payment intent, it's 52D, okay? Let's finalize payment. It says 1124 is our request ID. That's not right. Is it? If we look at, so this says request ID is 1124. This is saying something completely different. And if we go to our stream, we're getting two different request IDs on here. We have 1124, and then we have 528D, whatever that is. All right, so we're getting closer. That's courier delivered. It says 1124. But then we have this delivery requested, payment intended, which is the 52D, right? Which is 52D over here. So our request ID for courier delivered is just wrong. And if we look at the JSON in here, we see 1124 is the request ID in there. All right, so that's what I got to figure out. Where do I start? This is called delivered function. This right here. Drop off. Arrives at drop off. That's the reason. It never got updated. Some delivery requests, quote, some order. This is the reason right here. That's it. That is it. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to take this some delivery request and we need to update it. All right, so we can say let updated delivery request equal. Check my messages real fast. Give me a second. I lost my spot already. Yeah, this right here. Some delivery request. Is it with? And then we have quote equal, and we can say updated quote. But updated quote equal some quote, right? Some quote with request equal updated request. Okay. So we have some quote that has some order. So then we can say let updated order equal some order with, we do request ID here, equal, and then we could say that request ID equal request ID at, and that's going to be a GUID. I don't know if that's going to play nice. String, something like that. Okay. So you have some updated some quote with request equals some updated order. Okay. And then I don't know if I should make this aligned or not. Maybe. That looks fine to me. Yeah, so I'll have you guys like that. Updated delivery request is this right here. Okay. That's not working. Oh, so then we should just be able to do this right here. We should be golden. Yeah, that should work. And then we should just be able to say clean up our tables. Okay. Over here, we should be able to delete this crap. All right. This should now be empty. Orders should now be empty, right? Okay. And so then we go back to our customer places an order request. And everything is running. Yeah, everything's running. So, run that. All right, so then after customer places an order, we want to run the delivered script. This should work now. Why is it so different? Submission, arrival courier ID. GUID to type. Error converting value. Is it literally the request ID conversion issue being between the stream and GUID? That's a GUID right there. No. This is a string up here. Customer carriers, daytime. Does it matter? What's the commission that I use? What do I use request ID everywhere else? Hold up. Courier ID is, what's this up here? That's a string. Okay. I didn't mean to hit F12. I feel like this request, I feel like if I change this, everything else is going to change. Could be wrong. We'll see. Could have just said request ID, right? Doesn't matter. So run that. Replay this. And then we can start this over again. Say clean up. Place only after I This is actually taking longer than I expected. Hold on. Okay, that went, and then let's see if this delivered finally works. We'll go ahead and run this and debug. Still. Still. How's that still happening? Oh, look at this. Okay. How did that happen? Yeah, it's everything's expecting this to be good, man. Hold up. So this is expected to be a GUID regardless, which means that I'll go back to my run that courier service. Let me run that. If I go back over here, well, I just gotta change. You, my friend, are GUID. Period. There's there's no debating it. You're GUID. Now throw me some error somewhere in my test. Oh, okay. That explains things. Mm, how much does that change everything? All right, I'm getting myself in trouble. I'm getting myself in trouble. Maybe we should try to make this a string again. Which means that in our event store, I should build now. And then we'll run cleanup again. All right, and this should work. I know I keep saying that, but it should. Okay. Are you gonna work? Zero 037. And this is courier solicitation. Yeah, that's better. 037, 037. All right. And if we look at courier solicited, there's something in here. Is there supposed to be something in here? Technically, in our script, we never solicited courier. In our script, we just deliver. So that looks, how do I say this? It looks like I understand why, and I don't think this is an error. This delivered. What is this supposed to be anyway? Update. Okay. So this isn't a bug. It's my script that needs to probably go through the entire process. I don't want to write that whole thing. I don't think I need a sync block in here. The music to work culture is some serious game. uh, Let me turn this down some. I just got hip to drums. One is YouTube and Twitch. They don't mute out my my session or my streaming for me to listen to later or for other people to listen to later. Before that, I was just bumping like gangster rap. Specifically, I started playing a lot of E40 and occasionally I will play R&B, specifically Sade, Sade, however you say the name. But I find that my mind is more at ease and it's easier for me to get into flow if I just bump some Viking music or some African Viking drums or African drums. Those are the two types of drums that I bump. Now the question is there some Chinese drums? I feel like Chinese drum. I mean, they're all like probably ready to go to war, whether it's Viking drums, African drums, or Chinese drums. They all probably get me energized. Let me see. Drum performance at Beijing. Let me see what some Chinese drums sound like. I've been hearing that the other way you were listening to something that had been breathing sounds in the middle. The breathing sounds, it wasn't coming from me. I have a habit of breathing into my microphone because I'm kind of large, so I kind of breathe heavier than most people. I thought this was no, you just said something. Yeah, it was probably me. What about some Chinese war drums? Can I find that? Chinese war drums. But this is like live. You can't tell me this. It just might be the fact that I just don't have that much contact with Chinese people, but they look alike to me. I hope they're brothers, and I hope they're not completely unrelated. 'Cause that's gonna make me look like a not really racist, but like they look alike to me. No, I mean this dude here looks different. This dude over here looks different. But these two right here, they look like twins. So is my mind just conditioned to be able to not be able to differentiate? What's Kodo music? Hold up. Oh, then you have a proper rhythm to your breathing. Haha. They do look alike to me. All right, good. So it's not just me. Don't sweat it. Lions look a lot like me too. And my children are. Oh, you got twins for children? Yeah, that's cool. That has to be. Is that the first set? So your first offspring were twins. That has to be like hella stressful and like just hard because I feel like one kid requires one baby requires a lot of love and attention, and you just doubled the effort with twins. So like, I mean, I think it's cool. I think that it would really test my sanity to be able to keep up with them. And then what's crazy is some people have like triplets. That's even crazier. That's when you actually have to like you have to have your relatives like live on the same street. That's where like you literally have to have a village to raise your children. So it tests you. Girl's 1 year old and a half. You have two sets of twins. I think you're messing with me now. Are you messing with me? That's kind of like the only way that can really happen. I'm not saying the only way, but I feel like that usually is. I think that's usually a product of a fertility clinic, right? I mean, not really knowing your identity, but like, is that the result? Was like going to a fertility clinic? No, just genes. I would be so mad at my wife if she did that to me. Man, you got to be making like hella money just to support that, and a woman. So you got two sets of twins, and you got a woman you got to support. Like that's crazy. Of course, you don't have to support her, but I mean, if she has kids, and you have to support her, right? At least when they're babies, you're not going to like put her out on the plantation after she just like delivered a set of twins. So yeah, that's stressful, man. How did you deal with the stress? Or are you still dealing with it? Yeah. Well, you keep saying Latin women, so I assume you're not Latin. What are you? Oh, you are Latin. Okay. Proper Latin. What does proper Latin mean? Does that mean the European Latin, like you have like light skin, which all the other Latin people want to aspire to in South America, or what? From Spain, I can't understand Spanish accents or Spaniard accents. Y'all say it a lot. You guys use like th. It sounds like you guys use th enunciations in almost every word that you say. I used to try to practice Spanish, and whenever I would attempt to have a conversation with a Spaniard, it would be extremely difficult to understand. So, but born and raised in Latin country, coming from, yeah, I was gonna say like Spaniards aren't Latin, are they? I thought Latin was literally like South America, Central South America, and I thought Spaniards were, well, European. They just speak Spanish. Is that accurate? So Spaniards are still considered Latin, even though they're in Europe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you would know more than I would, but I'm going to challenge that. Hold up. And of course, the internet has to tell the truth, right? They spell Spaniards. Spaniards. I don't know how to spell Spaniards. Spaniards are technically considered Hispanic by the U.S. Census Bureau, which defines the term as a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South, Central, or other Spanish culture, or regardless of race. Okay. What's the difference between Hispanic and Latino? All right, Mexicans and everybody else. That's what I think. Latino does not include speakers of Romance languages in Europe and Spaniards and exclude Spanish speaking, although people from French Guiana are sometimes. Oh, okay. The definition of Latin is from Portugal, Italy, Spain, Romania, and South American countries. What do you program in? Y Cabello? Y Cabello? E Cabello? I assume you're a programmer, right? Well, or you just listen to my background music. I feel like something's missing. C sharp, learning F sharp. Why do you want to learn F sharp? Is that how you discover my channel? Somehow you were browsing the web and you came across, I don't know, a YouTube video or some tweet on Twitter? Or was it pretty much a Twitch streamer that did a raid on my channel? I'm curious. Oh, do you? No. Do you? Hold up. Do you have the same internet handle? Let me see. Oh, how would I do this? I don't know. I forget how to spell your name. Give me a second. It's J. Why can't I can't do this. Hold up. J.Y. Cabello. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this is you right here. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I looked at your profile like a couple of days ago. Okay, I remember now. Spaniard. Yeah, because I visited your blog and you were heavy in. It seemed like you're heavy into Entity Framework, and I thought that was strange that someone that was like balls deep into Entity Framework would be like liking my F sharp related content because I feel like the two are completely unrelated. Like I feel like Entity Framework is so object oriented that like it has to be extremely difficult for anyone that wants to learn functional programming or is into functional programming to still embrace Entity Framework. I could be wrong, but that was my the bucket that I had put you into when I was looking at your profile. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the same thing. I learned FP working with Arrow and Kotlin. Arrow, what does that mean? Oh, okay. I never heard of that. I thought Kotlin was already functional or functional friendly. Hmm. I never heard of this. I always thought that Kotlin by default was functional friendly. Like I won't say functional first, but I thought that it embraced. I guess I didn't know. For whatever reason, I thought that Kotlin by default is Kotlin immutable. Probably not, since it's. I thought it was the next generation for building mobile apps. I never ever heard of this library. Hmm. Okay. It's functional friendly. That's why it was relatively easy for the guys at 47 Degrees to build this. For FP, the syntax is actually better than C Sharp. Statically types immutable by default. Kotlin is, or that library that you're using, Arrow, has unit type and a bottom type called nothing. Okay. It is immutable by default. Okay. I I, I, I thought it was, um, but then it didn't really make sense because I thought Kotlin was primarily marketed towards Android development, and so okay. What did I do? I did a customer places order. Let me run this again. Deliver. Let's see if this finally works. Probably should have. I'm running a automated script. Courier. Oh shoot! Look at that. Okay, keep running. Is it going? Is it going to go green? Well, some more stuff is happening. Hold up. Go. Go. Oh, okay. What is it? This isn't my code. I don't know where this is at. Oh, okay, okay. Cash out receipt is null. This is Jason out here. Nothing is in there. Okay. Oh, because there is no cash out function. I think I called it payout. Okay. I got further than I thought. Yeah, so this courier payroll should be a payout. Hold up. Where are we at? Courier payroll. It's a payout function. Okay. That's why. Yeah, that went pretty well, man. I like it. My event store. Yeah. We can delete everything in here now. We can call our clean on here, clean tables. Where are you at? Columns in IntelliJ highlights anything immutable. We have annoys the hell out of you. Oh, highlights anything mutable. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, back to your thing. Thanks for the nice chat. Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. I'm actually about to hop off soon. Why do I always have to run this twice? Hold up. On my... Is that stuff still running? Hold up. Event store. Are you running still? Yeah. Everything appears to be running still. Hold up. Clean tables. Customer. If we look at my event store stream table, everything is ready. Okay. Then we call it deliver. All right, let's see what happens over here. I actually want to do a... Let's see if I can get here. What do you use for the event store? And you do your translate, and do you translate your event stream into something you can read? Okay. So the first question: what do you use for the event store? I'm using Azure Storage, right? So this is Azure Storage Tables. And this is Azure Storage Explorer. And so I basically handcrafted this structure. And so if you like to dig deeper into that, hey, we got this far. All right, cool. All right, so let me show you real fast, okay? Hold up. Give me a second. Okay. So we have this. I don't know where I start at. All right. So let me inundate you with information. Hold on, is this even still being used? I don't think this is being used anymore. Pardon me for a second. Like, if I see orphan code and it's not doing anything, I just want to get rid of it, man. I don't know if this is. I don't think this is being used. Uh, delete you. Um, this language. Okay, okay. So I handcrafted all this. I watched some YouTube videos on events, event streaming or event stores, and I think Jet.com kind of popularized or glamorized that practice or that architecture. And so I decided to practice it myself. And so this is the language of an event store, at least my implementation. You know, there's this notion of a stream, data, any metadata you want associated to it, and an event type. So an event store is, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but it's basically storing historical events and cataloging those historical events under various identifiers that we call streams. And with these streams, we can replay these streams. And when we replay these streams, the stream of events, we were able to hydrate state. And so instead of querying some data and then creating state out of the results of that query, which we normally do, within the event store, we're specifically taking historical events that are in chronological order, and we're playing every single event until we have state, right? Just as if you were taking a bank account and going through all the debits and credits until you get to your actual balance. Is the same thing, but it can be applied towards really anything of historical significance. So I'm probably preaching to the choir, but use storage for queues. The best diff is red diff. I use for queues. No, I have Azure Service Bus. But look, you can. I actually have a public repo that you can look at my event store. Hold up. GitHub, Bismonger. This Azure event store right here. Like, you can check that out. You can code review that stuff and give me feedback on what I effed up on. This right here. I'll send it to your Twitter as well. And so I have my GitHub, that Azure Event Store. I mean, that's the implementation for what I'm using, right? And so if I could show another example, everything is a historical event, and we log those historical events. So here's I'm not sure about this stuff right here that's commented out, but here is what it may look like. we have the details of this historical event that I just serialized into JSON. And that's the other part. It's like I just use JSON to represent the data or the context of the data. The context of that historical event, I represent in JSON. And then I just have different stream IDs. Like this is called delivery update stream. And then there's a courier status stream, etc. And I assign the ID. I assign data as a context of that historical event that I'm placing on that stream or adding to that stream. I say what the event type of it is so that I can query on it on that specific event of that stream. That's pretty much it. I don't know why I have this, why I commented this out. Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that. There's another question you asked. I don't know if I answered it or not. Is it what do you use for the event store? And I said it was handcrafted, and then you're like, do you translate your event stream into something you can read? And so I do. And so your event store can really be, it can be viewed as its own database. I mean, it is a database. It's just not SQL. And it's a database of historical events that are organized into different streams that we can replay to get state. And so I actually use this in a couple areas, one of which is when an applicant submits, their application to be a courier. I actually have, it's probably in one of my tests. Give me a second. When a courier submits an application, I actually read the stream. Here's a approved test. And so let me see if I'm able to find it in here. Actually, in my event store, there should be a query somewhere in here. Data gateway. There's a query right here. And so this query dot status is for an application to be a courier, right? Hence, you look at this get status right here. It's applicant ID and then registration status, which provides the applicant the status and the timestamp. And so this is one of the ways that I rely on the event store. So instead of like shoving this into SQL, this event store is built off of a document database, hence Azure Storage. But what I do is I say, hey, I want to get the status of an applicant to see if they were accepted or declined. So in the effort for them to be a courier, right? And so over here, I want to get the stream, right? And so the stream is called applicant updates. That has our applicant ID in it. And let me see if I can actually find that in here. Applicant ID update. You see these right here? right? These are historical events. And what are they historical events of? Applicant applied, applicant accepted, courier ID assigned. All those fit into this applicant ID stream or applicant ID update stream. Okay. And so then, because I want to get status of an applicant, I basically want to get all historical events that are either that deal with either the applicant applying, the applicant being accepted, or the applicant being rejected. With those events, I then check to see if they're empty, and then I say, well, something's wrong because I don't have any events for this specific applicant ID update stream. Else, I get the data from it. Remember, that data is essentially represented in JSON. And then I deserialize that JSON into the structure called registration status, and I return that back to the client that needs that information. So that's how I use it. And again, that my GitHub, Azure.Event Store, it has that stuff in it. So what else? Is there anything else I need to share? You get every element. Hold on, let me start from the beginning. What I really struggle with is then get something you can read. What I really struggle with is to then get something you can read. Yeah, so that historical data has a context, which is JSON, and that JSON I could just serialize into some meaningful structure or type. And you say, I've read that people also update a traditional mutable table from events. Yeah, I mean that's the mainstream way of managing a database. You blow away historical information, historical events, hence through an update or a delete. I mean, most commonly is an update, right? But you're blowing away like what led up to the current state of that user or of that system. And so that just doesn't seem right to do, to just throw away historical events that led up to the ultimate state of the system. So that's why I've been practicing an alternative way. So then you say, and some do a view that aggregates the state. Yeah, I think if we're on the same page, that was the motivation for an event store and playing a stream of events to get to the state. If aggregate is a culmination of items that become a single piece at the end. All right, so you get every element in the stream and fold them into exactly. Well, you say entity, right? Because your mind is more than likely wired to reference entity framework patterns. But yeah, you take every historical event and you fold it into state, final state, or current state. How about that? You fold it into latest state. Yep. And then, I mean, storing the events and processing them, doing both. There's storing events is one thing, and then processing them is a completely separate exercise. We store them, and then just like a normal relational database, we reference what we stored later. to hydrate the state. So in this case, when dealing with uh, order fulfillment workflows, it's really a saga, right? And so the user may place an order and then, I don't know, take a phone call, or the battery dies, or they go to Instagram and they look at what other people are doing with their lives because their lives are boring and other people's lives are more interesting. This is me venting. And then like they come back to the app and they resume the order fulfillment workflow by checking status, right? They don't resume it. They're checking on the status of the order fulfillment workflow. And on the other end, on the server side, it's requesting a courier. It received a notification that a courier had accepted. It then received a notification that a courier arrived at whatever pickup location. It received a notification that the courier is leaving the pickup location and is en route to the customer location. And so that's, I know I'm talking a lot, but I rely heavily on the event store to store all that information because I'm dealing with people's money and I need to be able to audit and replay events so that I can see exactly why the system is in the state that it's in relative to a person's order or relative to a combination of orders for that day or for that week or for that month. So like I said, I'm learning it as I go, but kind of like you, I just document my journey. So hydrating state, I'm scribbling the concepts to do some Googling later. Yeah, hey, do it big. How are you? So, I mean, there's talks on YouTube about it. So you could say jet.com event sourcing. I don't know how to spell whatever. Yeah, so like this right here, there's a couple links, right? And so where am I at? One is that, and then there's another one. I thought his name was like not Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Bogart. Hold up. You just YouTube event sourcing. There's some really good talks on it. Yeah, Greg Young. He's like the technical authority on the subject. I actually want to listen to this. How do I say watch later? Yeah, I want to listen to this. Yeah, just search for event sourcing on YouTube, and there's some pretty good talks on it. And honestly, like, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I'm praising myself. I honestly think the majority of, like, I'm one of very few people that can actually go to an interview and say that I practice event sourcing. And this is why my hourly rate is what it is. Pay me, right? And then, I mean, I could give a very intelligent, like, dissertation on the advantages and maybe compromises of that particular practice, right? And so that's the thing, man. What I've learned in life, especially like in America, where like people just profile you and stereotype you, it's like you can't deny what I build on my own. You can't take that from me. So I kind of like, this is why I kind of go ham on my own passion projects, because like I don't need someone to tell me that I'm not qualified to be an architect. I don't need someone to give me an opportunity to to work a job and learn the ins and outs of being an architect. No, F that. I just build, I identify a problem in a given space and I build a solution and I self declare myself whatever I want to get whatever type of money that I want, right? And so I know I'm blabbing right now, but I mean this stuff is philosophical, man. So there's strategies to this. Let me see. So then you were saying you'll be surprised at how hard it is to get some proper technical implementation of event sourcing. Uh, this is true. That's why I just went ahead and open sourced mine. So, and again, it's just my implementation. So I'm sure that it's not perfect, but it works for me and I haven't really found any issues. But then again, I haven't gone to production with it either. So yeah, just look it over and tell me things that I could have done better. Uh, always imagine how complex the courier system is. I've been working on this for 2 years, like mornings and evenings. A couple times I get busy with life and I'll take like 2 or 3 months off, but for the most part, like I'm pretty consistent. Where like in the mornings and the evenings, I just try to do an hour in the morning or in the evening, like minimum, and just that one brick at a time until I have a shack, right? And then, a little bit longer and I have like a mobile home. And then a little bit longer, I have I don't know, studio apartment. Like I just keep trying to lay bricks. That's all I'm doing, man. I recommend the book by Darren Hardy called The Compound Effect. But where is it at? I think it's called Darren Hardy is an author. Compound Effect. Yeah, so I recommend this book right here. This is essentially what I practice in life, right? I just that and the 7 habits of highly effective people. But basically, you just build habits and you just do it, like you just consistently perform your ritual every single day until something like becomes exposed as a result of it, and then you just keep building and building and building and building, and you don't really care about like how much time it takes. I mean, in a way I do care, but it's just like when an elderly person, like one of my late mentors, he used to do Sudoku and crossword puzzles to keep his mind sharp. He would do it every morning, and I adopted the same practice, except instead of Sudoku or crossword puzzles, I just write code. I just keep sharpening my mind. And the side effect is either have a product that I could sell, and with a high probability of that failing, I have a skill set or an arsenal of skill sets that increase my value in the marketplace. So, I mean, that's my thought process. So, looks like I missed a couple things. Let me go down the list. You said you'll be surprised at how hard it is to get some. Yeah, I addressed that when you're not into it already. I mean, yep, I agree. I always imagine how complex the courier system is. Yeah, particularly Uber. Yeah, Uber has like probably 500 to 2,000 engineers, and you're only looking at what they expose to end users. We're not talking about all the backend services and all the other products that they sell to other businesses that aren't front end consumers, right? So I mean, but also remember, I don't think Uber's profitable. I might, with all the work that I'm doing, if I could muster up the motivation, I think I could literally write a book on building your own Uber Eats system. I could write a book on uh, implementing event stores. Like, I've been doing this for 2 years, just casually, and like there's so many topics I could intelligently write about. The question is, do I have the motivation to finish? Right? I have the motivation to start, but do I have the motivation to follow through? I know there's a lot that you have to keep track of. Yeah, there is. Since your software is dealing with real things moving around, there is. Um, and that's why Do It Big. There's a couple of things, right? The event store is a ledger, right? And so you can look at the ledger that revolves around a courier, such as this. Couriers can subscribe, unsubscribe, receive requests, accept requests, decline requests, forfeit requests. But there's also applicants who can apply, get status, uh, whatever pending is, that's relative to an admin use case, update the status, accept applicant, reject applicant, authorize, deauthorize, right? And then here's so far all the historical events that revolve around order fulfillment that I've identified, right? And I'm sure it's still incomplete, but this is the gist of it, right? Courier located, courier subscribes, courier unsubscribes, courier is subscribed, request received, courier dispatched, payment intended, payment finalized, courier received, accepted request, declined request, forfeited request, pickup arrival, interrupt to customer, drop off arrival, item found, courier canceled, admin canceled, customer canceled, delivered, receipt generated, rate customer, compensated, cash out. Like, these are the core operations for fulfilling an order. That's just defined within my event store. We're not even talking about if I go to my courier service. Well, there's a delivery request service too, right? So if I look at the specification for that, there's bank cards. Why does this not look right? Hold up, something's not right. Oh yeah, that was account. Delivery requested, request price, query bank cards, get restaurants, get carriers. There's pending delivery, courier location, there's drop off. Okay, that probably wasn't a good example, but if we look at courier service, what's courier dispatch? Did I do courier dispatch already? Specification, get route, nearby couriers, offline couriers, nearby stores. Where's that courier service at? Over here. Hold up. Where's the specification for that? Enable features. Oh yeah, we're not even talking about feature toggles. Subscribe couriers. Yeah, so it's a lot to keep track of, which is why I have the source of truth called the specification library that documents the language and the core operations for each really subdomain of this order fulfillment space that I'm addressing. I know the internal system is absurd. What else do you say? Who knows how many internal services? Do you really think Uber is not profitable? Uber's not. I could be wrong. I don't think they're profitable. Hold up. Is Uber profitable yet? They fell from 13 billion in 2019 to 11 billion. Lyft fell from 3 billion the exchange. Has Uber made a profit yet? Uber's revenue in the fourth quarter grew 37%. That's revenue. That's not profit. It's revenue. However, it's reported a net loss of $1.1 billion compared to a net loss of $887 million in the same period last year. Like, it's common for it's common for companies, period, to not be profitable for the first couple years, 5 years. Uber, I think, has it been 8 or 10 years yet? Like, I don't think they're profitable. They've addressed a huge pain point for humanity, but you have to take into consideration that Uber probably has, just in their corporate office, they probably have a couple thousand employees that probably make over $100,000 a year. And then they have their contractors, right? That are couriers that fulfill orders, right? And they're operating off of small margins, right? So you order a ride to the airport or to a nightclub. Like, how what's the margin of profit for that? After you pay for fuel, after you pay a toll, after you pay the driver, and you still have like full-time employees that are on salary. Like, what? And so what's the profit that you get after you pay off everybody else for that one ride that someone took to the airport? And I thought that they charge like 20%, or they take 20% of the commission of that driver, something like that. So it's just very low margins. And so, yeah, I don't think they're profitable. And I think the consensus is they're not profitable. So it doesn't mean that they won't be in the future. They just have to figure it out. Amazon wasn't profitable for probably the first 5 or 10 years. I think 10 years, maybe even 15 years, they weren't profitable. And then they're probably the largest company, or the most valued company in the United States, probably next to Apple. So, it's a horrible business model, in my humble opinion. I don't think it's a horrible business model. I mean, you might be right. I just have a difference of opinion. Amazon wasn't profitable, and now they take over the world. So it's like, I don't know. I'm struggling to find a good illustration, but you gotta build out the infrastructure. You gotta build the demand, and you gotta, at what price? I feel like you have to make an investment, man, of time, money. You have to go to war. You have to acquire. You have to destroy your competition, and then once you're in a position where you dominate that space, and then maybe you have an opportunity to make some decisions. I don't know. Like, I'm not an executive. I'm just a alpha nerd, right? So, IDK. Let me see. But incredible software. I think paying off the staff is negligible. It's just their fundamental business proposition is not profitable. Okay. Amazon is very, very different. I understand Amazon is very, very different. Amazon, here's an example. Amazon wasn't profitable, and I'm not the authority figure on this, but look at all the infrastructure that they built, right? They started off as a bookstore, and then they started building, right? And we don't even know all the backend services that Amazon has that they make money off of, right? Because we know that we're the product too. In addition to their books, their electronics, their FB, what is it? Amazon Fulfillment Center, whatever it's called. Um, but you think about all the infrastructure that Amazon built while they weren't profitable. And have you heard of AWS? Is it possible that AWS was a product of Amazon needing to scale their own operations? And they say, hey, how can we profit off of some of this infrastructure that we built already? Let's pivot what we already built, and if it works for us, maybe we can make it work for other people and profit from it. I'm not sure if that actually happened, but I'm willing to bet that Amazon didn't consciously say, we're going to go into the cloud computing business, even though we have absolutely no tools of our own. No, I think they built their own tools and then realized that if they can benefit from it, others can benefit from it too. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And now, I wonder what percentage of AWS contributes to their profitability, and I would say it's probably substantial, right? And so I say all this because this is an example of not being profitable, building hella infrastructure as a side effect, right? And then having all these opportunities based off of the infrastructure that you've built to turn that into revenue streams. Again, I'm not a business person, but that's just my guess. So, let's see what else. I'm sure I'm going to have hella disagreements. So you say Amazon's very different. Yeah, I agree. Amazon for a long period was in the black, but was deciding to reinvest into their business instead of taking profits. Yep. Perhaps Uber is selling data off the books while limiting their tax exposure. I'm pretty sure they probably are. They are fishing for market share, and I hope that in the future automated vehicles will bring them into the black. But now Uber doesn't pay the cost for vehicle maintenance and gas, so this will most. I mean, they don't directly pay for maintenance and gas, but it has to be factored into the cost of the couriers that they pay, right? I mean, that's my guess. Likely never happen. Hold up. They're fishing for market share in the hope that in the future. I think. I mean, automated vehicles are. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in our lifetime. The question is it going to be 20 years from now, or is it going to be 5 years from now? And it's not just the technology; it's the human aspect. Politicians, right? It's the necessary evil of people have to die in order for automated driving to flourish and to be safe. People have to die. It's the same thing with airplane safety. I mean, people have to die in order to examine why, or in order to examine how to make it safer. And it's just something that's a catch-22. Whether it happens is one thing, whether it makes you really up. Yep. So, where was I at? I'm tapping out. What's this over here? That's my courier dispatch. Delivery request. I thought I was playing Chinese war music war drums. This doesn't sound aggressive at all. This is like the music I listen to when I'm at a Chinese buffet. Hold up, where are we at? Anyways, I'm my brain's not functioning right now. I can't write any more code, so I'm about to just tap out. It's it's been a pleasure chatting with you people, and I'll probably be back on maybe in a couple hours or so. So we'll catch up. Take care. Adios. Thanks for talking to me. I'm a very lonely person and I have no one to talk to or interact with. So this has been helpful. Thanks. Take care. Bye.